Watcher, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of my new bench grinder. I had a 150 watt bench grinder that I bought from B&Q about, I don't know, 15 years ago, which was never up to the task. Every time you try to do any wire wheeling, you push the object you're trying to clean and it would just stop. So I bought myself a new Axminster Trade bench grinder, which we're going to unbox and review now. So it's the AT200HDG. It's the Axminster Trade 200 heavy duty grinder. 230 volts, 30 kilograms. It feels like it weighs more than that in the box. So this is not for someone who's not very strong. If you're gonna have this and you're not very strong, you need to have it bolted down. This is not something that you just want to keep putting underneath your bench and lifting up, putting on, lifting up, putting on, because it is pretty damn heavy. Got the standard instructions, some bolts and a plate. They're metal. It looks wood. They've got like a little bit of a grain on them. I think these are probably chisel holders or something. This is going to be heavy. As you can see, this is a hell of a lot bigger, the new one, to what my old bench grinder was. This was just not man enough for the job. This is so much heavier and bigger. This should do so much more work for me. So just having a quick look at the instructions. It says in here that it's a 900 watt machine and the speed is 2,950 RPM. The wheel diameter is 200 mil. The wheel width here is 32 mil. The bore is 31.75 millimeters, 1¼ inch. It says it's got a 40 mil dust extraction outlet. The cable's a good length. It's about 1.8 meters long, which means that you can obviously you're not limited by where you can situate this. Yeah, and it has got dust extraction ports to the rear on both sides, which is really nice feature to have. Obviously got your lift up and you've got your on off switches here with a emergency switch, so push it in to turn off, lift up to open hatch. It's a cast iron body, obviously, which is why it's so heavy, with a very handy work light. I don't know how to get the work light on. Maybe you've got to turn this on. Let's have a look. Yeah, the work light will only come on when you turn the machine on and it goes off. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 LEDs in there. Not particularly bright, but better than nothing. Let's see how noisy it is. Ambient background noise at the moment is 34 decibels. Going up to 58 decibels, and I'm telling you, that is pleasantly surprising at how quiet it is and how little vibration. My other little 150 watt one used to vibrate everything. Screwdrivers would fall down, clamps would fall off of the ceiling, so much noise, everything would vibrate around. This one, I can't feel it. I can't feel anything on the bench. I can feel a slight slight vibration through the unit, but hardly anything, and it's really quiet as well, 58 decibels. Very impressed. Okay, we've got 4 very nice rubber feet on the bottom, which obviously explains for a lot of the vibration dampening, but I just think it's just a really well made machine. Obviously on this side you've got your coarse grit stone, on this side is more of a smoother. Actually this feels more like a medium and this feels like a smooth. This is not very coarse at all. It might take a while extra for doing chisels etc, but it shouldn't get too hot. Okay, the instructions are not that good actually. You've got a list of what's in the box and then you've got some very basic instructions on how to set things up, and these 3 drawings are essentially it. I should be able to manage this, however, Axminster, you need to do better. This is not very good at all. So to set the tool guards up, there's 2 of them, 1 each side. You need them so the diagonal bit is facing outwards, and you just use a star nut washer. That goes in here, goes in the hole there. Just locate that down. Now your tool guard should always be about 1.5 millimeters away from your grinding wheel. So if I set this 1.5 mil, this drags it onto it. So you need to set this, because as you're tightening it up it pushes it forward, so set it back about 3 or 4 mil and then it's perfect. Next we need to set up the eye shield guards. Now these 2 come packed together. They're universal. They're packed in this cellophane. There you go. Try best not to drop them or scratch them, as I do. I'm not so sure whether these are going to stay on the machine, but for the sake of the review and the setup process, I'll put these on now. And as I say, there's not a lot of instructions on this. The bolt, has it got a square end? Yeah, it's got a square end to the bolt which fits into the square bit at the end here. So goes in through there, comes out the other end. Add the washer, add the yellow nut. Oops, push the square bit in there and it's long enough. Didn't think it was long enough for a second then. Then this whole unit will get fixed onto here. It gives you eye protection, and it also acts as a spark guard as well. Okay, just jumping back a step, I've taken the tool guard off again because we had 2 rogue washers. That goes on the star handled bolts. So you've got to put the washer on first. As I say, the instructions are not obvious, so you may, like me, find that you've got some little bits left over at the end of the assembly. Parts wise, you should have 1 bolt, 1 washer and 1 nut to each side of your eye guards. So there'll be 4 bolts, 4 washers and 4 nuts like this. Install 1 of those to each side. Give them a little tighten down, being careful that you're obviously not rubbing on the wheel. You want to take it as close as you can because it acts as a spark guard as well. Just holding the nut behind if you can. Now, and these can flip up out of the way. Okay, it's not going to be much of a review about seeing what it grinds like. I've got an old beta chisel here, as you can see. It's really chewed up, someone's used it. Not me, it was one that was given to me actually, but it looks like they were gone into wood where there's been nails. Whoops, bring it up there. Let's go on to the less abrasive wheel. Okay, so a little test of the grinder. Right, it runs too fast for sharpening chisels. It's okay for squaring chisels, but if you look at the chisel there, and I was quenching this all the time, you see it's got too hot. It's affected the end of the chisel. You know, it's put too much of a, I think it's, I don't know what this temper is it on it. It's just a little bit in the end. It's just turned it a different shade of colour. You see that? So I wouldn't use this for sharpening chisels. I actually bought this for putting wire wheels on, etc. So I can, I'm going to have like a steel wheel one side, a wire, a brass brush the other side. That's the intention of getting this machine, but I thought I'd try it as a grinder, and it runs too fast. It's 2,900 revs. You want something that's running about 1,700 revs. RPMs in order to sharpen your chisels. I tend to do my chisel sharpening on stones anyway, or probably the new belt sander. I use that for knives. I wouldn't use this, but it's alright for taking the edges off, you know, the pits out, and then you can go to work with the stones. Saves you a bit of time. I wouldn't use this. Do not buy this if you want to sharpen chisels. It runs too fast. It's too fast running. You need a slow running one for that. Okay, pros and cons. Pros, really well made, doesn't vibrate much. The price was okay, it was £168. It's got lots of kit with it, it's got a nice light with it, it's got an emergency shut off with it. Cons, too heavy for some people. It runs too fast for sharpening your stones. This may be excellent for doing wire wheeling, I'm assuming it is. Haven't tried it yet. I've just got a new delivery of kit I've bought for the workshop. I should have my wheels in there, my wire wheels in there. I'm going to do a follow-up video shortly, just showing the bits and bobs I bought for the workshop recently. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would. Would I recommend people to buy it? This is only an initial thoughts and an unboxing, but at this stage, yes, I would. It's got plenty of power. It's not bad money for the power you've got. I did a lot of research on the internet before I bought this. I wanted something over 500 watts, and this is 900 watts, and it is a beast. So there's my initial thoughts and impressions and the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into this machine, and if you're in the market for buying one, you can compare this review against some other ones that are out there on the web. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for spending your afternoon or evening or morning, wherever it is, watching this video with me, and I'll see you shortly. See ya.